I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Dr. Yu Xu. He is the founder and CEO at TigerGraph. Yu, it's wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining me today.
It's wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Great. Now, before we get started, just a quick note to viewers. This interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. All right, so you've been in the market for over 10 years now, and you have a large customer base. What's new about the company that's making it gain widespread adoption?
What's new about the TigerGraph is that we are the third generation graph database for connected data. Before TigerGraph, the industry thought it is impossible to build a distributed high-performance graph database. TigerGraph, we invented the first distributed native graph database architecture. So over 10 years ago, we started to build a graph database. We optimized everything for graph data compression, memory consumption, and computation. About 4 years ago, our product is ready. We come out of stealth mode, and we surprised the whole database market. And the people are surprised because we provide the new possibilities for you to do things you could not do in the past on top of connected data. Now, TigerGraph is trusted by many Fortune 500 companies. For example, JP Morgan Chase, Visa, MasterCard, United Health Group, Microsoft, Intuit, and many other big companies are using TigerGraph. Those companies are visionary in adopting new technology. But before TigerGraph, they can only use legacy graph database from like 20 years ago. They can only do analytics on a single machine. Now with the TigerGraph, it's getting huge return on the investment.
Okay. So now for the first time, TigerGraph has been recognized in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for Cloud Database Management Systems. What are you doing that's unique and innovative?
So for the first time, Gartner included the graph database as a category when they evaluated more than 100 top databases across all database categories like relational databases, document databases, and key value databases. So this is really huge milestone for graph databases, and also particularly for TigerGraph as the new leader in the high-performance graph space. Gartner's Magic Quadrant are trusted by millions of professionals in the industry, right? And if you look at the companies in the Magic Quadrant for cloud databases, a lot of the bigger companies like Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and the valuation for most of those companies are from billions of dollars to hundreds of billions of dollars. So TigerGraph is really honored to be included in this Magic Quadrant. Also, Gartner recently published many reports talking about why and how graph database is a part of machine learning and AI, and also how graph can improve and augment the current graph machine learning AI and solutions and frameworks. So I think this Magic Quadrant and other reports from Gartner will definitely push graph database market awareness to the next level. So it's really exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, what's new about the TigerGraph again is like I mentioned, right? So we invented the first distributed graph database architecture. We have about 20 patents pending or issued around how to do graph database in a distributed way, in a high performance way, right? We would like to think TigerGraph is redefining the whole graph database market, just like how iPhone come out and defined what's possible with the new generation of smartphones.
All right, so tell me, what's changed about the way companies handle data and operate data, and how has TigerGraph helped companies navigate the challenges?
Database technology adoption and evolution takes time, right? And about 15 years ago, big data movement started. Companies started to store a lot more data, do more traditional BIs, but quickly companies realized they're getting diminished return after they putting so much money in big data, right? Now they want to do more, deeper, and wider analytics. They want to get the result faster. Graph database can do all of them, help them to do all of this, right? So the biggest challenge right now for companies is that they need to train more people to learn about the graph algorithms, about the graph query language. Because graph is new, graph is more powerful, is more advanced than relational databases, right? So graph is less well known. The whole graph database community is working together to address this biggest challenge. So TigerGraph right now is on the steering committee of ISO, the International Standardization Organization, or ISO. We are going to publish an international query language standard just for graph called GQL. GQL is the second database language to be standardized by ISO. In 40 years after SQL was standardized for all relational bases, right? So we believe GQL is going to be another bigger milestone. It can help make graph database become the first choice for data scientists and developers when they build the next generation of applications. So it's really exciting time ahead for the graph database market.
Okay. All right. Well, Yu, it's been wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk.
Thanks for having me.